Islam, Dewayne. It is it's um right now it is February the 21st, 2019. February 21st, 2019. Islam. The full moon was yesterday, which was Monday. Uh Dewayne, Islam. Once again, I'm saying it. I just got off work. I want to give you a visual, okay? So you can see something. Because you might not be able to see. So I'm going to try to get you to see, okay? Excuse me. I am a little, what's the word? Full. Just got through eating. So I want to give you a visual. I'm sleeping in my bed at night, okay? No, I'm sleeping in a couch over there. And I'm in American Extended Stay. I'm communicating with Moors. And I'm feeling good about you and I. But I'm experiencing things I have not experienced before. Okay? I'm sleeping and my genitals are attacked by a black male. And embarrassedly, because I'm still calling you my husband. I'm saying you my husband, Dewayne. This black male is bald. It looked like, and my genitals is and then within that 5 seconds before I wake up, I shake in like as though I released or had a slight orgasm. And I wake up and I'm like, it's like, what was that? I get up, try to go about my business, and all of a sudden I hear black males and females saying he F-U-C-K-U. Spirits. These are spirits, Dewayne. Okay? I'm upholding my vows to be your wife. Okay? I'm standing on my 45. I'm even leaving you room to tell me I'm not your wife. Because I'm experiencing so many spiritual attacks. I'm like, why is this happening? Then I go to sleep again. And this time, I am sleeping. I'm sleeping well. I'm in the bed. And this is another 5-second attack, approximately. And this guy looks to be brown skin with black hair. I wake up. And when I wake up, I hear someone in the hall at American Extended Stay. As I open my eyes and I start praying to Allah. I prayed to Allah that night as well. But I prayed to Allah, because when I, the first attack, it was like vibrating, like I woke up in the middle. I was like, what was that? And I felt so ashamed and embarrassed. But then I said, wait a minute, I have no reason to feel ashamed. A demon, a filth, an unclean spirit attacked my genitals. But at the time I didn't know how to verbalize what I experienced. Because I was sleeping. And I'm still trying to uphold my vows to you, Dewayne. We're going back and forth. I'm praying for the woman you love. I'm praying for you in harmony in your home. So, this is a lot. And then I go to sleep again. And this time, a brown skinned male starts to do the exact same thing, but I woke up in 5 seconds again, not 5 minutes, 5 seconds. And someone across the hall, that's not right, or something like that. And I'm praying. I don't know. It was odd because it was simultaneously someone in the hall opened a door, the same, like from the same room that keep opening, slamming the door. And I didn't know what I experienced. Then as I go out and about, the Mexican that looked to be Mexican and other unclean spirits, they looked to be from India, or those I start seeing people like feathers or birds on our path, like someone deliberately put a feather on our path as we walk to work. someone deliberately put, like, you know how birds have feathers, a long feather on our path as we walk to work. And the Mexicans and Spanish speakers start saying, as they walk by, these are spirits. Or I'm going about my day-to-day business. He F-U-C-K her, or he F-U-C-K. This is spirit. Okay, I want you to visualize what I experienced. Okay, so I'm still upholding my vows because I was sleeping. I was tired. I worked at earning money at Burger King. I work hard at Burger King, and I'm tired. I am tired, and I still don't understand the spirits that we are among. Then another time, a male, actually I've dreamt a male had this head covered, trying to enter my vagina. I woke up in like 2 seconds. He had a black thing over his head, trying to enter my vagina in my sleep, like a black hoodie. Then once again, black males and females run around, or they walk past, say, he fucked you. You know, they'll say it like while they're talking to someone. They'll be like, he fucked. He F-U-C her. Excuse me. He F-U-C-K her. Excuse me. Allah. He F-U-C-K her. He F-U-C-K her. He F-U, you know, that sort of thing. Excuse me, Allah. These are unclean spirits. Once again, I'm upholding my vows to you. That night, with the brown skin, it was so, I remember, because after I got through praying, I cried, praying to Allah. Not cried, but I cried out to Allah. I remember I looked on your Twitter site. You had changed your whole Twitter page. You changed everything. And I kept seeing visuals of hearing telepathically someone saying he was sleeping, you were sleeping, you were sleeping. Then telepathically someone would start saying they did it, or he did it, or whatever. So I don't really know what to believe. Okay, but I could tell you this, that it left me in a state of confusion. Okay, so let me continue. Dewayne, Imani Gray-Bey and I don't know anyone personally in Annapolis, Maryland. It's February 21st, 2019. We don't know anyone personally in Annapolis, Maryland. No one personally here. We, as Moorish Americans, we keep to ourselves. We study. You, Selena Cordova-Ill, Dr. Nalani Valentine, the National Grand Sheik, Joe Bratton Bay, when I do text him, and maybe other Moors, are the only communication that we really have coming out and into Annapolis, Maryland, as in personal. But as for we don't communicate with no one around here on a personal basis. Just Tuesday, the day is the 21st, yesterday was the 20th, February the 19th. This is Tuesday at my job. Imani, I might need you to say that's right. Come over here and say that's right. This guy comes in inside of Burger King. Okay, he says I'm waiting on a customer, but he's standing next to the customer I'm waiting on. He says as I'm waiting on the customer, I hear the guy say, is Imani still at Wendy's? And I heard him say that, but I was still waiting on another customer. So then I looked at Imani. I said, Imani. I didn't look at Imani. I continued with the customer, and then after I continued with the customer, I went and took his order, and I looked at the guy, and I said to the guy, because I'm at Burger King, and I'm at the cash register. I said, sir, did you mention something about Imani? He said, yes. He said, I'm his best friend. I said, you're his best friend? I said, what's your name? He said, Alec. I said, Alec, you're his best friend? He said, yes. we've hung out. I said, because I don't know you, and I know all Imani's friends, and I don't know you. And he said, I used to work with Imani at Wendy's. I said, oh, you did? He said, yes. And he said, yeah, and I used to give him rides to work. I said, oh, you gave him rides to work? I said, when was this? And he said, a while ago, and we used to sketch together and everything. I'm his best friend. I said, you're Imani Gray-Bey, my son, best friend, and he has never mentioned you to me. So he was like, yes. He said, I mean, he was saying it with a straight face. Okay, straight face. And this guy was brown skinned, maybe Puerto Rican, Spanish looking, I'm not sure. Okay, with the black hair, wavy hair. And I said, really? I said, okay, because I have to talk to Imani because we don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis. I told the guy that. So he's never mentioned you. So I'm surprised to hear you say this because he's never mentioned you. And before we came to Maryland, I knew all his friends. I got to talk to Imani and correct Imani. Imani, this is Imani here. Do you know a guy named Alec?
Maybe. Again, maybe like the first year working Wendy's. Again, maybe. The first year
we came, probably the first in 2016. That would be 2016, Dewayne, Byfield-Bey. Has anyone ever given you a ride to work, Imani Gray-Bey?
No.
Have you ever sat down and sketched with someone?
No.
And he said maybe. He said maybe that a guy he used to work with named Alec, when he first started working at Wendy's in 2016, it's 2019 now. Maybe he was working there and he left. He don't even remember. He doesn't even know the guy's name. But this guy came into Burger King, spoke like bold, like I'm Imani's best friend. I said, you are? I'm like trying to, I'm like, who are you? Okay, that's it. Okay. So he doesn't, Imani Gray-Bey doesn't know him. Like I said, we don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland. Dewayne, in reference to dealing with possession, spirits, unclean spirits trying to possess the body, the mind, okay? Unclean spirits trying to breed. I want to give you a list of things I've experienced since I've been here, okay? I'm going to first start off with that speak Spanish. I never forget one time this guy, he had opened up his car, this Spanish guy. He looked to be from Mexico or El Salvador, I'm not sure. Mexico possibly. He opened up the hood of his car, and then I noticed he jumped up down like this, okay, as he opened up the hood of his car. Then another Spanish male came and stood next to me with, a lot of times the Spanish female, they from Mexico, El Salvador, other Spanish next to them, and start jumping up and down in front of me. And my genitals was being attacked in a sexual manner. Okay? These are acts of terrorism spiritually. And also these are tactics of breeding. Okay? Because it's attacking the root chakra in the public. Another incident with that which speaks Spanish. Just last night, I was laying in the bed, and this guy, somebody came outside the window, had to be really close because they had the radio up with live radio music, live radio on, a Spanish talk or radio station. They were playing Spanish music in the background, but someone was talking, and they were outside attuning to my thoughts. Now all of a sudden I saw this visual of this brown skin, looked like Negro black or African American lady with wings, white wings. So this is what this is. She was running around or flying around saying something about something's wrong with peace or something like that. So this is what I call impersonation and hijack. But many times those that speak Spanish, Mexico, El Salvador, in order to engage, they'll try to present themselves as some form of helper, like they're trying to be angelic, okay? But their goal is to possess the mind, possess and abuse and molest the mind. These are unclean spirits. So she had like white wings, and visually I could see her flying around. And the guy that was speaking on the radio station, whoever was out there, was speaking loud. I told Imani, please, can you get the meditation music and bring it over here so I can listen to the meditation music? And he did. Okay, and then the person drove off or walked away. I had a dream one time. Once again, I have never, let me state this again, I have never had any conversations with anyone personally, and even before I came to Maryland, that's from Mexico, or speak Spanish, or El Salvador. Never dealt with them on a personal level, ever. And when I came up here, it's like, okay, I work with some, no big deal. I'm not closed-minded. It's like, oh, yeah, because I'm like a sheep among wolves. So I don't know their goals, their agenda. So I noticed that the Spanish are very aggressive because they try to initiate in a sly way, whether they're waiting to see the Negro black perceive themselves or present themselves as an animal, so they can come and look like they're so concerned, or they'll be bold enough to manipulate a dream. Like one time I had a dream of this guy. He was actually he was from Mexico or spoke Spanish, and he was like, are you married? I said, yes, I am. And he said, here, take this knife. And this was a manipulated dream. I didn't need a knife from him, and I definitely didn't need him to engage and force engage in my dreams. I remember seeing white beings flying around with their little rings. These are all programs or spirits, unclean spirits, trying to force engage. But I didn't know. I did not know. I just watched and was like, what are they? So these a lot of these Spanish and some of the Negro blacks would try to imitate these things. Once again, they want to have themselves perceived as something angelic, because they are trying to engage to possess the mind, which keeps a Moorish American, a Hebrew Muslim, from reclaiming her or his birthrights and inheritance. Because if you're not in your true state of mind, you being used as a sex tool, or you're not rational, how are you going to continue to reclaim what is rightfully yours? Whether it's eating right, reading, learning different knowledge, correcting your status, using your ancestral name of ill or bay, social security card, correcting that, whatever it may be, while you are on your journey, where you at, where your points are, that your checks are, if you not in your true, if you're not in a balanced state of mind, how are you going to do this? I notice sometimes those that speak Spanish, I remember I told you this before, they would come around me scratching. This is when I started to give testimony about them, because they kept saying, he F-U-C-K-U, he F-U-C-K-U. And they kept being so more aggressive, like looking and trying to engage. Some of them speak werewolf, talking about a werewolf, like they some type of animal. So I'm like, what is up with these creatures, these spirits? And they all have the telepathic code. So they would come in scratching. come around scratching. And I never forget, Money and I would start feeling bites on us, because definitely these spirits are being used. They are used to send sharp pains to the body. They are used to engage in a spiritual way where you might feel a bite. You don't even realize you have a bite. You looking, what is it? You looking for something that bit you, and it wasn't. It was one of these spirits attacking you. Just last night, I felt something like in my like moving my teeth, an unclean spirit, Dewayne. And I woke up this morning and my gum was swollen a little bit. As I was working today, I felt the same feeling again, but it went away. And yes, my gum went down. It went completely down. I took care of it this morning. I used baking soda. I made sure I changed out my water. I keep our toothbrush in bleach and water, and we brush our teeth with baking soda. So I used baking soda and I went over my teeth with the bleach and water, and it seemed to work. I put the baking soda here and it cleared it up just like that. So Dewayne, so that's the Spanish. They many of these unclean spirits that speak Spanish are used to cause sharp pains, to attack the mind, to impersonate, like they want to impersonate themselves as being angelic or some form of helper. But their goal is to live off the birthrights, these unclean spirits, and inheritance of Moorish Americans, of souls, to possess our mind. Now I want to go with the Black Negro. And these are breeding techniques, Dewayne, breeding techniques of unclean spirits. Okay. So, one of the things I noticed that I've experienced in reference to the Negro blacks, okay, they attack the genitals, okay, male and female, in a sexual manner. They can engage where you feel like a spirit is on you. And a Negro black will come, a black male will come and smile in front of your face, and all of a sudden you might feel something like you want to smile, and it's not you smiling. It's this spirit force engaging with your mind and making your lips, making you get a feeling that you want to smile. What I do when is shine my light, and the filth just pops out, and then I'm able to be in my true self again. This is a breathing technique. If you don't know that this is being done just like the Spanish, you think this is something natural. You think, oh, I must really like this Negro. I might want to be with that Black Negro. I might want to know. I might want to go hang out and go and have a movie with this Black Negro male. It is a breeding technique, because you actually feel like you want to smile. So I have to shine my light to get the true emotion to appear, and then the true emotion stays the same, because I am embracing the spirit of truth. And in the spirit of truth, Islam, I see them for what they truly are. This is very unclean, filthy spirits. So in the spirit of truth, I'm able to see what they truly are. They cannot hide and present themselves to be something else. Something else they're able to do is, if they are engaging with your mind, they can easily make you all of a sudden you might look down, and because your mind, you might be on an autopilot. You might not be aware of your thoughts, or you might look up and look at one of them. And if you look at one of them and you thinking, you just glance over there, but actually one of them is actually engaging forcefully with your mind. You look at one of them, when the Negro male starts smiling, trying to get your attention, or trying to get your attention. Once again, a breathing technique. like a dog, like an animal. So I shine my light as a light beam, and then I'm able to see it for what it truly is. A lot of times they, like I said, Dewayne, they'll try to walk, because what they're trying to do is they want to amalgamate. They know time never was when man was not. And Dewayne, what I see is that which encouraged these unclean spirits, or using them as slaves, know that there's a time of change happening. It's going to happen. The frequency is rising. And if they have thought ahead. They thought ahead. They are trying to stop this change of happening, of freedom, our frequency rising. So if they breed this filth, these unclean spirits in our line, they probably thinking there's less likely that this change will happen. So then this spirit, these unclean spirits, can still exist. So once again, let me make this quick. So that's two situations. I've so many times, Dewayne, Byfield-Bey, I'll be sleeping and I'll wake up in a R&B music, old R&B music like I would hear at Burger King constantly be playing mentally. All right, because we are among a telepathic community. The naval base, the army base is here. Okay, I didn't know there was a naval university behind Burger King, not until recent. And Fort Meade is here. I had no idea. I figured there was an army base somewhere afterwards, way afterwards, because I kept seeing them come into Burger King, and some of them had behaved odd, very odd. I was like, I cannot believe this person is implying, and I should say they imply to be connected to the army. I'll be like, I cannot believe this person is implying to be connected to the United States Army and Navy. These males, and they behaving like this. They're wearing the emblem, like I told you, the black male that came into Burger King singing loud how we gonna get a soul. Nobody seemed shocked. He had the army emblem on the back of his truck, sweating profusely, singing for over 10 minutes about how he kept saying, we gonna get this soul. And I'm like, do you not have a soul? What's wrong with your soul? I'm thinking to myself, what is wrong with this man? First, I was just looking. I was like, is anybody going to, where's the manager? The manager didn't say nothing. They just let him do it. He was doing a ritual. So getting back, so many times I woke up, Dewayne, and I hear R&B telepathically, mentally playing, or I could be out walking and the same music be playing. All right, but I'm gonna get back to the dream, because the dream, many times I've had Negroes, Negro female and males trying to invade my dream. Many times, breeding techniques. Like I said, some of them I hear males outside and around the room. They have a Negro black tone. Some keep saying, go ahead, like you in church. You know how the Negro black preacher in church be like, yeah, and Jesus said, yeah, that sort of thing. Get that tone, and all of a sudden you see blacks jumping up, hallelujah, hallelujah, that sort of thing. But that's how it sounds like sometimes down the hall and around the hall. They be like, go ahead, go ahead. I don't know who it is out there. But then there's also a male voice mumbling. So I would be sleeping, Dewayne, Byfield-Bey, and I would hear R&B music playing mentally. When I wake up, old R&B music, sometimes music I would dedicate to you, and a Negro black might try to connect. One or in my dream, try to impersonate you, look like you. So if they trying to impersonate, that's a breeding technique. Why are they trying to impersonate you? Because if I think it's you, then I'll go into that sacred space, that grove, that mental plane. And in that mental plane, they can possess the mind. All the while it's some Negro, blackie, something else that's pretending to be you. Like those things that's flying with the white, the wings. In that mental plane, you can see them. If you trust that they are some type of helper, eventually they'll try to possess your mind. They'll latch on. These are unclean, demonic, and filthy spirits used as terrorists spiritually against soulful Moors who have the capability to raise their frequency, which heals and cleanses the earth and the universe. Another breeding tactic. Too many times, like when Abbas Malik Bey was here, I would hear them start saying, you're like, Abbas would just start locking up. I showed the videos. He'll start doing this, or he just would. I mean, his body was moving in the positions that I didn't even know a body can move. And while that was happening, someone would be saying, brother, outside the room. We paid. So it's like Abbas Malik Bey, this soulful Moor, was not even was not even himself anymore. He was behaving down, like it's like he was transformed into a Negro, an unclean spirit with no pride, doing all types of things. He wasn't his true self. So many times, Dewayne, Byfield-Bey, I hear those that are Negro, black, unclean in spirit, they speak outside, what you want to say, while they're talking, or even around here. I've heard someone yell, come down, she need to come down. Who are they talking to? And why would they keep saying come down? So what I see, Dewayne, is they want Moors. This is a war tactic once again, to separate Moors, soulful Moors, from their true self, their divinity. Come down, make them behave like one of these unclean, beastly spirits, whether it's the Negro, black, female, and male, the Spanish, or the pale skin, or that which could be from India, China, unclean spirits, Japan, Arab, whatever. Also, when Abbas Bey was here, he kept focusing on Orthodox Islam. I never forget, one day Money and I were walking, and he was here, Abbas was here on our holy day, and this guy who looked Middle Eastern was riding his bike in front of us on our same path. He looked Middle Eastern of some sort. That there is an Islamic temple here in Annapolis, Maryland. It's approximately 5 minutes in driving distance from here. Imani Gray-Bey and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, have never attended a church, a Catholicism, or that temple, the Orthodox temple. Never. We don't know anyone here personally like that. And 9 times out of 10, they're probably not in the constitutional fold. That means they haven't taken an oath or affirmed to uphold these divine laws, the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787, Abraham Lincoln's proclamations, the 13th Amendment, 20 sections. So by them not doing that, possibly 9 times out of 10, then 9 times out of 10 they are vulnerable, and they plus have the telepathic code, to be used or try to use others as terrorists, spiritual terrorists, in an unlawful way, molest, rape spiritually, anything that's against which is lawful. So we don't already know the play out on that. So when Abbas Malik Bey was here and we were walking home, and the guy from the Middle East, was riding his bike in front of us, not back, maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes from the Orthodox Islamic temple. When I didn't say anything, but I kept noticing he kept stopping, like he was trying to wait for us to catch up. He kept stopping, and then as soon as we get close, he'll start going again. When we got in that day, because I was thinking, I told him, I said, not everybody has a soul, because he looked like a body with no soul. I said, not everyone has a soul, okay? He looked like a body with no soul. When I got to the room, Abbas was listening to live Orthodox Islam, like one of the Arabs had an Arab tone. He kept talking about the angel of death over and over again, like he was programming Abbas. He's like, the angel of death, and this was live, okay? It wasn't a recording. I was like, Abbas, will you turn it off? He wouldn't turn it off. He seemed to get aggressive when I asked him to turn it off. So I stayed humble, because I knew my son wasn't his true self. Many times it seemed like he behaved as possessed when he was dealing with, and when he was either someone would be saying brother, as they were either molesting his bottom, like he was actually gyrating, having sex with another male, or dealing with or he was trying, or he's reading or listening to Orthodox Islam. He kept wanting to go to these gas stations up here. He kept saying, I need to go to the gas station. I need to go to the Shell or one of the gas stations up here. All these gas stations are owned by either Middle Eastern or India or some foreign. They're foreign. They're not American owned that I know of. They're the small private gas stations. This is my son Abbas Malik Bey. So once again, either I would hear someone saying brother, like threatening brother, like while Abbas was trying not to have his muscles lock up, he was trying to control it. He was definitely being spiritually attacked. Abbas is only 19 years old. 19. He left me at 14 to go live in New York. 19 years old. Someone would be saying brother in a threatening way, like either you be with a brother, or we're going to continue to do this to your son. So many times, Dewayne, and this is breeding tactics. Once again, they know a change is happening. Frequency, change. And if you there's nothing in me that's telling me that I'm off with this. If they can think about the past, or go forward in the or predict things in the future about in movies, because you see movies and they have predicted things in the movies. You be like, oh, look here, this movie was like in 1968, and they're talking about Trump, and we just now getting Trump as not we, but there's a president named Trump now. How far can they go ahead in the future? So they know what they're doing. When I say they, this is an unclean spirit. I never forget, Dewayne, like I said so many times before, I've given you approximately 5, 6 examples of what I experienced. There's times when my heart, I can feel sharp pains. I know they're coming from those spirits around me. They have done that many times. Whether it's I was on the phone speaking to spirit, I too experienced blows to my cranium, my leg, my knee, when I'm trying to exercise, stay healthy. All right, get healthier, breathing. Breeding tactics, because sometimes they might say pay, brother. Sometimes, a lot of times I hear them say, I love you. These are unclean spirits. These are breeding tactics of these unclean spirits, trying to mix them in to keep the frequency low. What else? I know that they can deal with your heart, make your heart, like your heart might be beating like this. Make your heart do like this. I never forget, Abbas is 19 now. He's getting ready to turn 20, March the 20th. I remember when he was 14, no, not 14, maybe 12, because not that was maybe 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. He would feel sharp pains in Georgia. This is in Georgia. I took him to many doctors, Dewayne. Took him to the doctor many times. To me, over 2 times is many times, because he kept saying he had chest pains. His heart, he kept saying he had chest pains. They couldn't find nothing wrong with him. One doctor said, "Stop. You need to stop arguing with your mother." I didn't know we were among spirits that can cause sharp pains to the heart. Now here I am experiencing this in the open. Once again, many times, it's either dealing with an unclean spirit that looked like a Negro black female or male, which has been the most aggressive. The most aggressive. And then there's the Spanish, attacking the genitals in a sexual manner. And then the pale skin. The pale skin, they send sharp pains. They literally hate. That unclean spirit hate. They really hate. They really hate. Those, and I have to keep saying these are the ones of a lower thought process. But they don't hate, I should say, they don't hate no more than that which is the Negro black, who's been impersonating soulful Moors for I don't know how long they've been breeding these spirits with inside our lines, and we didn't know. Because the females are aggressive, because they know, when they know you know, and they see. At first I didn't think I was like, maybe they don't really have this agenda, you know. I felt a little compassionate. Maybe they just have the code, and the code made them confused. No, Dewayne, no, they know. They know why they're here, and they know what they're supposed to be doing. They know. They know exactly what they're trying to stop. They know they're different. They know. They have been mixing in and playing off what the TV, the media has presented as what a Moor should be, or Asiatic woman should be in personality, appearance, work-wise, for so long. They know, and those that use them have really strategically planted them, because they look like us. These spirits can mess with your emotions. You don't know if you're unconscious, and you don't know what your true emotions are. You think you start feeling like one of them come and look like they're crying, and then they sit there and stare and try to make you cry too. Make it seem like you have some type of compassion for them. Make you not cry, but make your eyes water up. I've seen this happen too many times. One would just literally stare. All right, like whether it's the Negro black. Mostly it's been the Negro black male and the Spanish, the Mexican or the Puerto Rican, whatever, El Salvador, or the Spanish male, sitting there and look until first they'll try to have it look like they so concerned. Then when I look at them in a very stern, true way, because I know I'm in truth, I'm walking in truth, so I know what I'm looking at, and they realize that there's no facade. They can't trick me. Then they start engaging. Try to make your eyes water. Make it seem like you have compassion for them in that manner. These are breeding tactics. breeding tactics. Now I'm conscious and I know. Imagine how many they've done this to. How many women, young men, molesting, males molesting soulful, young, Asiatic, Moorish men. Women, soulful Asiatic women being molested by these Negro females, Spanish females, pale skin. Because the pale skin is there causing harm, doing all the exact same thing. Because they truly hate. That is no doubt about that. And they truly want to possess. And I'm saying unclean in spirit. None of them, I can't never say every single one. These are unclean spirits. So before I end this this video, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, I'm ending it with this. Everything starts with us, with Moors. When I see, when I saw the tweet about you saying designers wearing a hood and they had a noose around their neck and they were walking down the runway, these models, and you said that they were trying to slyly make fun of what they have done to Moors or Asiatics in the past. Dewayne, I'm thinking deeper than that. I think they are actually demonstrating how Moors betrayed their highest self, that untainted highest self, to attune to their lower self, to a point that was so awful that this was created, that the frequency lowered, that allowed these unclean spirits to exist. And not only that, then these unclean spirits started to grow. And as they started to grow, these unclean spirits, they started to do things such as hangings. We lost our nationality. Blackface, raping, breeding, all these things. And then what I see is they're showing us spiritually, look what you guys did for the gratification of your lower self, which lowered your frequency, that caused us to exist. You can't blame them. What I see is a spirit saying, you can't blame us. You did it. We only doing what we are here to do. You did it. If it wasn't for you behaving and demonstrating outside your covenant to Allah, we would not even be here. And then I connect this to our nation, our Moorish American nation. So when there's a lot of harm going on within the Moorish American nation, Dewayne Byfield-Bey, that shows that the frequency is low. And if the frequency is low, you have to ask yourself why. First of all, why is a lot of harm being done? And if it's permitted and condoned, and then you already know through science the frequency is low because of it. So why? What's going on? There's a change happening, Dewayne Byfield-Bey. I just gave you a few of what I know. I know that I've experienced spiritually. These are spiritual attacks. Bondage and freedom cannot exist in the same atmosphere. And there's a change happening. If we have the ability as Moors to raise our frequency to heal the earth and the universe, that means we are really, time never was when man was not. So imagine the lower self attuning to that to such a degree that this filth was created. And still to this day, Moors, even with the high science, do not understand or value the higher self. Moorish women still don't value it. Still trying to grab for little crumbs of gratification. Men still grabbing for crumbs, and those unclean spirits have grown, so they just give because they watch to see whether it's through feeling through coveting, jealousy. They watch to see. They feed off this energy. They feed off energy like that. Unclean thoughts causing harm. They want to know. So they can see and they can feed off of it, because they know it's going to keep circulating, keep the frequency low where they can exist. That's it. It's 51 in this video. I have to stop. It's 51 minutes in this video. Islam, Dewayne, Byfield-Bey. I'll talk to you later. I hope you have time to listen to the whole video. Islam. Time never was when man was not. The Holy Quran, Circle 7. And I'm thankful and grateful. I am a Muslim, a Hebrew Muslim, and we are honoring our ancestors, demonstrating who our ancestors are. And I'm trying with my son Imani Great-Bey, Allah, to not cause harm through our thoughts, words, and deeds, any means necessary. Starting with me, making change first. Any means necessary, because I know a change is happening.